Studio B, which is my DI tracking room, is 17 by 13. Has 3 inputs and outputs for instruments, 4 headphone extensions, 1 talkback mic. We use this room to track guitars and bass in a full band procedure, and then we bounce it down to analog. So although it's being recorded first digitally, we then send that digital signal through that instrument's amplifier and cabinet and record it with 2 room mics as well as miking the cabinet. So yes, we're getting the complete separation that we need, and it's being recorded digitally, but we're also reamping that and picking it up analogically. So that's how we get our huge sounds from the guitars and the bass, because we have the separation by recording through DI, and we then bounce that DI signal back through analogically in the Studio A, which is treated specifically for that. And we pick up the room and we mic the cabinet, and we get thunderous guitars, just as if we had each instrument in an individual studio with complete separation. The bass has been recorded like this throughout history, even in the $1 Million Studios, and the DI signal is mixed in under the analog signal. So in a case of a guitar or a keyboard, we just take that digital signal and bounce it down and into Studio A and let it come out the guitar player or keyboard player's own gear and mic the room. Then we'd only use the analog signal. So you never even know that that was actually recorded through DI in the first place. And that's why we have such a great sound here at West Isle Studios. So that's Studio B, that's DI tracking, and that's the gem of the studio, because that's how we get the thunderous guitars and basses and not that clean sounding just DI signal. So we're very proud of having the forethought to set the studio up this way. Studio A is 13 by 9 with 8-foot ceilings. It's professionally treated with Auralex acoustics. It's a multi-purpose studio used for drum tracking in a full band scenario and then vocals after the fact. It is also used for bouncing down the DI signal from the guitars and the bass and the keyboards to be re-recorded through analog. In a singer-songwriter situation, it's used for both guitar tracking and vocal tracking at the same time. Or hip-hop, it would be used just for the vocals, etc., etc. In this room, we have the ability to track up to 16 microphones. We also have 4 sends for headphones or effect processors or what have you. There's also 2 cameras in that room for closed caption monitoring in the control room, so that I can see if the musician is ready to begin, if they don't have their headphones on and therefore can't hear me, or if maybe they bumped a microphone and I can view it from here and I can ask them to move it over. There's also a window directly from the control room into that studio. However, when you're sitting down on the control room, you can only see the upper half of it. So I've also installed cameras so that I don't have any problems viewing the musician in that room. Last but not least, here at West Isle Studios, we have Studio C, which is the control room and the multi-purpose room. We use this room for mixing and mastering. The acoustics in here are so bang on, so accurate that with my KRK reference monitors, anything I mix on here sounds identical of whatever you listen to it on. It was a lot of fine tuning. Had the right engineers out here to test the acoustics, and I'm in love with the sound. So for music production, it rocks. These new virtual instruments that come with Pro Tools 8, as well as some of the other plugins that I have for instruments, you can hear all the tonal sound waves of each instrument that you're playing here on the keyboard. And I mean, it sounds amazing. You would never know that you didn't have this actual band in front of you. Of course, that's the power of plugins and digital sound these days. So these are the 3 studios and the bashment room, and lots of fun to be had here at West Isle Studios. It's incredible. You can live like a rock star here for sure. You don't have to worry about your smokes or your booze or whatever else. Those of you who have been out here to party know what I'm talking about. So that's West Isle Studios. And the next video will be my plans for the future with the West Isles and Canada.